Hello beautiful soul, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm just wanna share how can we manage when we are feeling stuck in life or your life is not what you would like to be. I'm still trying to understand this feeling, and that's what I want to talk about. Sometimes when we don't understand what we're feeling, because it's very easy for us to jump to conclusions, to go into assumptions, to go into judgment, because we are so used to look through the lenses of our mind. We get to this point where we judge things, and instead of helping ourselves, we ended up getting things more intense, not worse, but intense. What do I mean by intense is that sometimes we have certain feelings that we cannot comprehend yet, but we are feeling in the body. We're feeling somehow, it's almost like it could be a feeling of unhappiness, or it could be a feeling of, it's not disappointment, but when we want things to happen now or to change now, but we don't know what it is. And at the same time that we want to make some change, but we don't know what it is. When we get to this point where we are feeling this way, it's important to understand that, first of all, everything is well the way it is right now at this moment. I always like to look at nature. If you look around in nature, if you have plants at home, or if you have an animal, for example, it's almost like there is certain times that certain moods happen, right? It's almost like in a female body, there is the period time where certain movements and things are happening, in the cramps, for example, and you have to adapt yourself, and sometimes you know when they're coming. So it's almost the same way in life. Sometimes we have periods of energies that are just like coming out of us, but we don't understand yet. When we don't understand, that's the magical way. We have to stop getting to assumptions. We have to stop getting to judgment and trying to get a logical mind to judge great things and trying to put things in certain boxes, because that does not help us. That just increases the volume of the feelings, the energy, and also it brings us to a certain kind of state of mind where we get locked into certain kind of ideas. If we go very deep, we get into the belief that life is this way or that way, and then you start seeing things that is just like affirming that that is true, but just because of your own belief, just because you're feeding the energy. And when you feed into that energy, you start to believe and see more things. It's almost like that experiment that I think you can find here on YouTube. There are certain videos where there is like a basketball people just passing the ball, and they say, oh, focus on the ball, and then there is a bear or someone like in a costume behind passing by, and if you keep focusing on the ball, you're not gonna see the bear there. But it's the same thing. Sometimes the bear is passing by, that those are the feelings in our life, and you have to keep being aware of what is going on without judging or creating a certain focus too much in that feeling, because you're gonna go back to the belief, and then you're gonna feed a sadness that is unnecessary. You're gonna feed a certain kind of feelings that is totally unnecessary, because it's important to understand how it's important to get into introspection. And the way society is nowadays, with so much technology and social media, we get so addicted into consuming content, consuming more and more beliefs from other people, and that feeds our logical mind into comparison, judgment, into thinking that whatever you're living, it is based on someone's idea that has no idea how your life is. And that's the very important point for you to realize, that you have to give more value to who you are as you are right now, to your own life. Stop trying to compare your life to others. Stop trying to understand your feelings through the logical senses, because sometimes it's just an invitation for you to feel it, for you to accept as it is. Accept this moment as it is, with the feelings that you're having and the life that you're having. Because if there is a moment where, if you sit with yourself and you have your introspection and you write down, for example, for me it helps a lot when I'm in these moments. I sit down with myself before going to sleep, and then I write down, I ask myself questions, and with the best of my ability I try to answer as more real as I can, without creating ideas or I think this should be. No, it's the way I feel what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this way, and why, what do I feel is related to what? Why do I feel this way? Sometimes I have no idea why I'm feeling certain things, and that's totally okay. Just make space to feel it. It's almost like if this feeling is like a friend that just come to visit you, but don't want to talk, don't want to say anything, don't want to ask questions, and you offer space to this friend to be there, to sit on the couch with you without exchanging any words, any explanation, and you just accept that friend the way it is at that moment. You know, sometimes people go through certain things in life and they don't want to talk about it. And that's the same thing. You don't push away, don't try to push things out, because there is a time for certain things. There is a time for a seed to blossom into a beautiful flower. There is a time for us to age and mature. There is a certain time for every single thing. But the best that you can do is try to understand and be gentle, be kind to yourself, but in a way that you really apply that. Instead of you feeling the feelings and having anger towards the feelings because you cannot express completely, or feeling a kind of depression because you cannot understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Instead, you keep doing your normal things in life, but find the little pleasures in the things. You know, sometimes you can even just start to sketch things, or just listen to, you know, lay down on the sofa on your bed listening to calm music, or just musics that you really enjoy. Take a book to read. Get something that is around you that you've been postponing to do it, and you start doing without creating any idea that you should be doing that for that reason. You don't need a means to an end. You just need to understand that the moment it's there, introspection arrived, and you find the best as you can to comprehend. But if you don't comprehend at that moment, that's totally fine. Take notes about the feeling, what it's causing you, how you're feeling. For example, this past 2 weeks, I think, yeah, this is the second week, I feel a kind of something that I cannot explain, but it's almost like a kind of sadness. It's a kind of a feeling of that I need to change something, but I don't know what it is that I need to change. And what am I doing towards that? Nothing at all. And today I finished my exercises, and after my exercises I was laying down there and I start meditating without any purpose. What I do as meditation is not trying to silence the mind, it's just being present in the body, feeling, listening, feeling the smell around me and the noises, and just being there 100%. Mind keeps going, whatever it's saying, I'm just present, and that's it, with no purpose, without agenda, without trying to say you have to do this way, following the certain kind of rules for that day. No, allow certain freedom. Change the routine for the rest of the day if you can. Experiment and allow that to happen. And for me, for example, this is helping me out because sometimes we think that whatever we put it out there, it's for other people. Most of the time, before when I go to edit the videos, I sit there and I listen to the video completely, and whatever I spoke that day, it feels that was directly to my heart, and sometimes it helps me out to understand certain feelings. So, you know, don't create an idea that you have to be doing something for someone or you have to get better for other people. Just focus on yourself, respect yourself, know to respect your own timing for certain feelings to arise with more clarity. But at the same time, remember that accept things as they are, as you accept a best friend coming that don't want to talk, just want to be in your presence, and you just allow that friend to be in your presence, and you just be, and you go on your own way. But at the same time, finding enjoyment without labeling the enjoyment, or without trying to get the feeling as a mean to an end for you to enjoy things, as an explanation that you should be doing this or that. Because sometimes in this life, many things are very meaningless. But there are certain things that we do that has no meaning whatsoever. But we put meaning to try to convince ourselves to start doing things. But that's a subject to another video. So I feel that that's it. That's what came out. And I would like to ask you how you're feeling. If you feel this way, if you ever felt this way, and what did you do? How you understood those feelings, or what are you trying to do that's not working out? And if it's not working out, just allow yourself more freedom and learning how to enjoy your own freedom the way you find how to. Just leave it aside and allow yourself more freedom in your life, because sometimes that's mostly what you need at that moment. Allow this expression to be. So thank you very much once again for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.